Hey everyone, today I'm going to be playing Swordsman, the Sky Elf from Divine Wrath, the Wind Dancer. He's one of the characters in the Divine Wrath standalone expansion to Catharsis. It's on Kickstarter now. We have raised 29,000, so thank you everyone. I'm just going to be playing it through a few boss deck cards through Valentina, who is one of the Catharsis bosses, or who was the Catharsis boss in Catharsis Saga is Chapter 1. I'm going to just be playing on hard mode, just going through a few cards. Let me break Swordsman down here real quick. You can see some of his cards are different. His cards are double-sided, ground abilities and flight abilities. So every time he activates a ground ability, he will flip this ability to flight, and vice versa. Every time he activates a flight ability, it will flip over to ground. So you start off with 3 flight, 3 ground. So in terms of how his character works, I'll read a nice little setup card we have here. We also have his roll card. So when a ground ability is activated, flip the power to flight. When a flight ability is activated, flip to ground, just like I said. For each point of damage Swordsman takes, he either flips a ground power to flight or discards a flight power. Effects that exhaust powers turn them to their flight side. Ground powers are considered unexhausted, and flight powers are considered exhausted for the purpose of effects and abilities. So flight ability takes damage, boom, that ability is permanently gone. You're going to lose that power. So if I took damage here, this is gone forever. After activating the ground ability, Swordsman can only activate a flight ability, and vice versa. He may not activate the same power in any given round. So again, if I activate this ability, it flips to flight. I cannot activate this ground ability. I have to activate another ground ability. So you just can't activate the same power. You have to kind of ping pong around until the next round. So just to go over his roll card, solo game, at the start of each round, flip 1 power to either ground or flight. Very simple. It's kind of like a heal 1 if you think about it. Like if I flip a flight to ground, I'm essentially healing 1. Each time you activate 2 abilities this round, choose to either deal 2 damage or adjust 1 die by up to 1. That's when I flip. Just remember that when I use morale, in this case darkness, when I spend morale, I can choose to unflip any amount of flight powers to ground, and I could just say I want to keep 1. I can be like, okay, I spend morale and I flip these 2 and I keep this 1. You have the option to how you want to heal on this character. So that is how he is played. So without further ado, we can begin some gameplay. I'll try to put timestamps in the video so you guys can skip around. So let's go over Valentina real quick. We'll be doing Darkness 3. It's the hard mode, so we'll just be encountering the first few cards. I'm not going to play the whole boss deck. Here's her little magnetic morale tracker. You have never seen the knight weaponized before. Blades draw in the darkness, making them longer. Claws coated in blackness become short enough to cut through armor. Fists gain weight, making them able to crush a person's skull with little effort, and somehow it resists the light. Whether a torch or a bonfire, the darkness stays. Only the sun can chase it away, and each day it seems to grow a bit fainter and takes a bit longer for the deadly effects to fade. So I'm not going to be reading all the flavor text, but let's just go through this one. Encountering a boss deck card, roll a die. On a 1 or 4, I encounter it at night. Night is much harder. 5 or 6, we encounter in day. Day is easier. These are our morale effects. So I'm going to set this card aside now. The introduction just basically tells you some story, tells you how to play the deck, set aside all darkness cards. If Ninon's in the party, he gets a bonus. And then introduction 2. This deck plays in order, so I just have it flipped up just for the sake of the video. For this, we're playing on hard mode, so at night, monsters deal +1 damage per player and have 1, 3, 5, 7, 10 additional armor. Put Darkness 3 card in play. So we will put this Darkness 3 card is the card we're using, so I will just set it somewhere where you can't see it. Okay, so from the start, if playing on normal mode, I choose 1. But I'm not playing on mode, so I'm playing in hard mode, so I must proceed to card 2. So this is card 1. Boom, we're going to go to card 2. And just, these are the only dice I have. It's the Orc special dice, so just bear with me. I don't have his special dice with me or just any regular dice, so I'll be using these Orc dice. So coffee and tea time. So I need to roll a die for day or night. 4. So I encounter this at night. During the first combat round, next fight, each player may reroll their dice +1 additional times. Cool. So I just get additional reroll. This is the only time night is good, just on the very first card of the game. Day is also good. Cool. So let us roll for the Tiger of the Night. It has 12 health, and the damage is roll d6, so we'll get to that later. Let's see if this encounters at day or night. It is at day, so great. I don't have to worry about the night effect. But I will say the night effect, this monster attack phase occurs before the player attack phase is combat. Nothing else special. So let us begin combat. So I'll roll and put this health tracker here. Sorry, let me set this up. 12 health. So I will roll 3d6. Sorry, it could be a little messy here. I'll try to keep it as organized as I can. So remember, I have to start with a ground power. So I have 3 powers to work with here. At the beginning of the round, I could have flipped one around if I felt like doing so, but I think I'm okay. I'm going to try to see what I can get here. All right, look at this. I can do 5, 6. I'm going to do that. I'm going to activate this. I'm going to deal 3 damage. It does have multi-attack too, meaning I can split the damage up. Works really well with Unmei, but so I'm going to deal 3 damage. So this has 9 health. And just remember the darkness card, the introduction card. If we go back to it, at night monsters deal bonus damage and have more armor. But so the armor's not affecting us right now. So we have used these dice. Remember, I cannot activate this power. I'm just going to keep these there so I know that. I have 2 more rerolls. Let's see what I got here. I have a 5, 2, 3, 2. I think I could try to go for this. No, that would be stupid. I think I'm just going to go for a straight reroll. Try to reroll all 4, see what we can get. Now we have 5, 6, 4, 1. It's not looking good. It's only my first reroll though, because I got to go for a flight ability, and flight abilities tend to have more. Oh, I go for this one. How about that? I'll deal 2 damage, so he'll go down to 7. This card will flip over now, so I have another ground ability. I'll just keep the dice on here, knowing I use it. We'll add some tokens to the game so you know what powers you can't use again. Now I'm able to use a ground power again. Great. So I have a 1 and a 5 here. I can deal 5 damage and deal myself 2 damage. That could be good. But then I would have all my powers flipped over. If I were able to activate this guy does... It's too risky, especially if he does bite, I'll lose power. So I can't safely go for this unless I can kill him. So let's see. I could flip my roll card because my roll card does 2 damage for every 2 abilities I activate. So I think I will go for this, because if I can kill this, I can use morale and unflip stuff. So right now I have a 5. I just need to get a 1. I did get a 1, but let's see if I can get anything else. Hold on. I could try to reroll. I'm going to try to reroll this with my final reroll since I got an additional reroll. Yeah, there's not much I can go for anyways. This wouldn't really help me. This would help me. So if I get a 2, I could get this. I did. So I think I'll actually go for that and just do another round of combat. I don't want to flip my roll card. So let's do that. So this will flip. I'll deal 2 damage and I will prevent 1 damage. Cool. So he's at 5 health. This is my current state of cards. I'm going to set these dice aside. Let's resolve his effect. So I'll roll a d6 for his damage. He rolled a 6. Cool. Bite attack. 3 damage to 1 player. That player loses 1 die in the next combat round. Awesome. So I'll set aside this die now, and I'll take 3 damage. Look at that. I already lose a power. See, that's what happens if I got greedy, it could have been worse. But sorry, I don't know why. These would flip over. Sorry, this is 3. These would flip over. He's at 5. No, I did prevent 1 damage. So these would all flip over, and I've taken. I was able to prevent 1, but if I didn't prevent that one, I would permanently lose 1 of these. So we are okay. So I'm going to spend my darkness. So as you can see up here, I spend darkness. Boom, he goes to 24. And I'll unflip a few of the cards. I think I will do this here. Yeah, I like this. So I'll unflip, because these are kind of low. Like I got a low cost I want to try to balance it out a little bit because I do only have 5 dice this round. I gotta get through 5 health, so let's begin the next round. We got a. Remember, we're down 1 dice, so I could go for rough landing, deal 9 damage. Kind of a little late for that. I do need to activate a flight power, so whew, we could have kept more flight powers, but I just didn't. Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and do a complete reroll here because I do not like what I'm seeing. I really want to get a 1 just to deal 2 damage here. Yes, okay, I got a 1. I'll resolve this, deal 2 damage. Boom. So he's at 3 now. Okay, now I can activate a ground ability. Let's see what we got. I just need to do 3 damage. Do I have 5 and 6? I do not. I have a 3 and a 3. I could go re-roll this and try to get... I can re-roll this and try to get a 6 or maybe another 3. Yeah, let's go for that. Yes, cool. I'll deal 3 damage. He will die. This will flip over. And since I did kill a monster, I can choose to unflip, deal 2 powers. I'll go ahead because we did just use a ground, so we have to use flight next. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it like this. I'm gonna choose not to heal anything. Okay, so place this card under one of your powers. When that power activates, gain 1 die back. You may use this power to activate another power. Limit 1 companion per player. So I gained a Tiger Companion. It's kind of a unique thing of this deck. Kind of gain stuff throughout. I'm going to put it under this because it's a really low cost ability and I think I can utilize it like every round. So there we go. Well, it's kind of because of how his powers work, yeah, but I will put it here. And I do need to activate flight next. So we have defeated the tiger. We will go to the next card, which is Night Creature Army. It has 18 health. And yeah, so let's just take a look at this. It has 18 health, damage 136. So it's kind of just tanky. Doesn't really do much damage. It does have armor. That kind of sucks because if this is a night encounter, he's going to have 2 armor. It is a night encounter, so now he has 2 armor. And just so you guys know, armor is you have to deal that much damage in a round before you can start actually dealing damage to its health. But on defeat, I do gain 1 morale in normal mode. Proceed to card 9. So morale, darkness, same thing. It's just, we call it darkness in this deck for thematic purposes. So yeah, so night I have to fight him, sorry. Day the effect would have been you just take a trap. So yes, I'm stuck fighting him, and since it's at night, as you guys know, he gets even more bonuses. So this is going to, I wish this was the trap version. Let's say for the sake of this playthrough, this is the trap, just so we get to hit a few different things. So say I rolled a day. So I roll again, and each player, let's see, 2. So each player takes 3 damage. Okay, I will take 3 damage. No, each player takes 2 damage. I'll take 2 damage. And I will discard this. And do I want to... The question is, do I want to spend morale? I don't think so. I think at the beginning... Well, no, if the combat happens, yes, I'm going to spend morale, actually. And so I'll spend 1. So I'm at 23 now. And I will go with this kind of... I'll go with this kind of... Let's go with, yeah, this kind of setup here. I think this will, yeah, this will work. So let's go. So now we're at the bandit leader. This guy is really cool. So he has 10 health in solo. He deals 2 damage to the party. This monster, so let's roll to see if it's night or day. It is, let's just say this is night just for the fun of it. So at night, this monster attack phase occurs before the player attack phase. And the special is at the start of each round, each player places 1 of their dice on this monster. So I'm going to be losing a die every round. And since it happens at the beginning, I'm going to start this battle with only 5 dice. So I'll set that there. you do get your dice back when you defeat him. So I need to start with a flight ability. So let's go ahead and try to get this with 5 dice. This could be really bad. Because flight abilities inherently cost more, and I gotta start with a flight ability. I do have a 2. Do I have a 3? I got a 2, 3. That's for ground. I could try to keep this, because this will, you know, I'll do an easy 3 damage and get a die back later. I think I'm gonna flip my... I'll decide to flip the roll card later if I'm able to activate. Yeah, I'm gonna keep those there. And I'm going to go for a reroll here. I just don't have... It's kind of a gamble, you know, so... I guess I could just go for non-stop and deal 2 damage. Let's see what I get on this reroll first. Okay, a 1, a 6, and a 4. That doesn't really help too much. I could keep this 1 here. No. Alright, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this to the side. I'm going to activate this. This will flip. I'll choose to deal 2 damage. So that's 1 power activate. Now I must activate a ground ability next. I could just use rolling trip. Be safe here. Oh, he takes 2 damage, so he is at 8. Sorry, I forgot to set that up. No, he is at 7 or 9 because he has armor. So I've only done 1 damage this combat. Great. So let's see. This is tough. This is a tough guy. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this because this is free and I'll get the die back. So now I'll do 2 damage. Sorry, it's kind of awkward. I need to keep this under here. I did use that ability. So now he's at 7. I get the die back. So I'm going to be rolling 4 dice. Or no. I don't have to roll it. I can get a die back. Let's see what I have to use here. Sorry, that was... I just want to make sure the value because I moved. It was a 2. So I want to activate a flight ability next. I can get a 1 and a 2 here. I can try to prevent a little bit of damage. I don't really want to go for damage prevention though. But I don't really have anything to work with that's super good right now. What about flip flight ability? I could go for this, and all ground abilities cost 1 less die the next combat round. I think this will be the final thing I go for. See if I can hit that at the end. Let's go ahead and keep these 2 dice here. Because I really only have 2 powers to work with here. I need to get a 3. Yeah, I guess we'll go for this. Okay, that does not help too much. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Let's see. Unfortunate. Well, I will flip this just to do that 2 extra damage, so now he's at 5. Great. Let's see. I don't have any plays here. Yeah, I don't have anything I can do. Because if I were able to activate a ground ability, I could do an easy 3 damage here. I guess my goal is to go for these 2 abilities next round and flip the roll card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for this ability next round, get my die back, and go through this 3 question mark. Now I'll do 5, 7 damage. I'll be able to kill him. So that's what I'm going to go for here. So let's resolve his damage. It's just unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Okay, so his damage is 2 to the party plus 1 because it's night. So I would, again, I'll be tapped out. Look at that. Okay, I will spend morale, unflip everything, not everything, but I do want to keep the options open here. So we need to activate a flight ability first. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for this 1 here. He takes a die. And he was supposed to deal the damage at the beginning of the combat. So I'll do that. I'll do that now. So I'll refresh everything. because he takes a die and deals the damage. So I just forgot to make sure he deals the damage at the beginning of the last round because it's night. So then I'll take 3 damage. So I'll take the damage on these powers. So it's the same thing. I just refreshed everything, took my damage to the ground abilities, now the flight. Let's go ahead and roll these dice. I really just need to get a 1 here. This will unflip too because I spent morale. So I really just need to get a 1 here. Yes, I got the 1. So I'm going to get this 2 damage. This will return to me. This will flip. This die will return to me. But I don't even need it. What I'm going to do is spend 3 question marks here. If I activated a flight ability before this, I could also adjust a die by 1. I don't really need to do that because I'm going to flip this, do plus 2 damage. And I'm going to do 7 damage to him, and he'll go to 0. So this companion is an awesome card. So he'll go to 0. We'll resolve his undefeat effects. Oh, I can heal too. So I'm going to choose not to. So this will flip. So maybe I will. This will flip, and then yeah, I'll choose to heal 1 here. So because I need to activate a flight ability next, but these 2 are pretty easy to activate. Then I have a lot of ground powers to work with. So on defeat, you may discard this card during a future combat to gain 2 wild dice for the round, or to prevent 1 morale or darkness loss, whatever. So cool. So I get to set this card aside and use him later. Do I want to spend morale? I don't want to spend morale, so I'll just go to the next card, and I would fight that monster, but I think I showcased the combat of this character enough. Yes, he's pretty difficult because you need to constantly manage your powers, but I think he's really fun, and just like the exhaustion mechanic of this character, like he doesn't... There's a lot to manage. He's very fun in solo, because in solo you don't have to use morale when other players do. Like normal characters may have to use morale when they have 4 powers flipped over, and he doesn't really need it at that time. He can kind of like play around his passive and flip things around, so he's pretty fun solo. Also fun in the group because in a team game, his flip is you and that player may share dice this round. Each time you and your partner both activate ability, make an attack that deals 2 damage. So he's really cool in terms of like team games and solo. I think he's just a really fun character. It just takes time to get used to him. This is actually the first time I'm playing him with the card layouts. I just played him on the computer before when I was designing him. So he feels pretty balanced. Like he's already went through 3 darkness, and he's on card 6 on hard mode. I plan to play him through the whole deck, but I don't want to make this video too long. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any questions, just comment below. And if you want to back the Kickstarter, just search Divine Wrath on Kickstarter or click the link in the profile. Thank you so much, guys, for your support, and take care. Bye.